Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
This is going to be my top 5 worst Marvel Legends figures of 2025. I've had a few people ask me to do a video on my worst Marvel Legends figures, and honestly, I tried to do one for 10, but honestly, these 5, I should say, are probably the most reprehensible of all the Marvel Legends, and anything after these is pretty repetitive because Marvel Legends, you know, if you've watched any of my videos, you know my thoughts on them, so after that, it would just be kind of redundant and complaining about the same thing over and over again. But these 5 definitely disgusted me this year, so I've got to talk about them, and I've got one more, honorable mention that I'm going to talk about here in a second, and there are plenty more that could be on this list. I'm looking at you, Psylocke. I know I probably just irritated some people just now, but she could deserve to be on it. But anyways, I digress. Let's move into my honorable mention. All right, coming in with an honorable mention, we've got the Spider-Man 3 Spider-Man, aka Bully Maguire. I absolutely hate this figure. It has irritated me the moment that I got it out of the package. I just don't like it. I understand that this figure is a repaint from a previous figure that they did a couple of years back, I think, and they should have just not resurrected it because this body sucks. The paint on my figure was not very freaking good. The web lining sucks. The left hand on my figure was all chewed up and doesn't work, and this figure doesn't move worth a damn. The legs don't split out very good. The shoulders don't work very good. The abdomen doesn't move very well. The only redeeming factor about this figure is the Tobey Maguire head sculpt is pretty darn nice. This figure also comes with accessories that don't freaking have anything to do with the scenes in the movie that actually had him wearing this suit. So I just absolutely hate it. I mean, look at this thing. If this was like in real life and your house was on fire, and someone that looked like this, with this body shape, these hips and these pathetic looking arms and stupid legs and calves and stuff, showed up and said they were going to help, would you feel good about that? The answer is absolutely no, you would not. And for that reason, this guy is one of the worst figures of the year. And coming in at number 5, we've got the X-Men 97 Morph. This figure has really irritated me. It was very, very underwhelming. I would personally, and I think a lot of other people were, excited about the new wave of X-Men 97, and this figure absolutely just shit the bed. It's terrible. The Morph head sculpt doesn't look anything like the source material because, for one, they gave him a nose. Morph does not have a nose, so he just looks like some kind of weird gothic bald-headed guy or some kind of crap. Doesn't look good at all. Not a lick of paint on this figure. I don't like the way the jacket's done. He's built very effeminately. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing as, for people, but, he's supposed to be a friggin' superhero. It's just overall a very crappy figure. Coming in at number 4, we've got the Spider-Man retro card, Spider-Boy. For one, I didn't really even know that this was a freaking thing, like a character. Did you? Tell me down in the comments. Second, this thing, look at that. That is just a pathetic looking piece of plastic. This thing is terrible looking. He's very, very, very rubbery. His, the top part of his thigh hips stick out outside of where his pelvis is, and it looks really, really weird. He's the wrong color blue. That freaking little emblem that's supposed to be on his chest is done wrong. His main head sculpt, I guess it's painted okay if we're looking for quality, aspects of this figure. But then we got right here, look at this secondary head sculpt. Isn't that a mask? Why does he have a mouth through a mask? That is the most idiotic thing ever. And he doesn't come with any wall crawling hands, so he's a Spider-Man that doesn't crawl on walls. And his tennis shoes are gigantic as shit. He looks like a little kid that is wearing his dad's shoes around. So just overall being a pathetic looking figure and not doing anything, that is why he is on the list. Coming in at number 3, this should be no surprise, is the Magic the Gathering Spider-Man. This thing freaking sucks. This is the worst figure ever. He probably should have been higher on the list, but I was kind of hedging myself, against some recency bias because I just reviewed him a week or 2 ago. So I kind of hedged against that. Plus, these next 2 are crappy as well. But oh my God, at least 5 different shades of red on this thing. The battle damage looks dumber than shit. The head doesn't sit on the body right. He does not articulate very good. And he came out after Maximum Spider-Man, and for some reason, reason they decided to not put him on that body. His accessories are rehashed. He is overpriced as hell. And this figure, I could go on all day long about why this is a bad figure, and I defy anyone to disagree with me and try to argue that this is a good figure. At number 2, we have the mini comic book wave Miles Morales. Good God, where do I start with this figure? This figure could easily be number 1, but number 1 is a special one, so that's why he's number 1. But this figure is grotesque. He's reprehensible. He's disgusting. He doesn't look like he is like from planet Earth. I don't know how else to describe it. If you can see the legs, or if you're familiar with this figure, you know what I'm talking about around those hips. His paint isn't that good. He moves okay because you dislocate his legs to the point that he looks like a fucking praying mantis running around. His accessories kind of suck. Yeah, he comes with some hands, but he only comes with one wall crawl hand. Does Miles Morales only crawl walls with one hand? The head on this figure looks like a 30-year-old adult, and it's way too big for the body, so that just looks stupid as shit. He's super duper gummy, and again with the accessories, he doesn't even come with like a little rope, like a swoop of rope or something. Just top to bottom, an absolute piece of garbage. If you have not purchased this, do not ever buy this one. And coming in at number 1, to nobody's surprise, I hope, it is the Maximum Hulk. Even though personally this figure didn't infuriate me to the level that some of these other figures did, this figure is the worst Marvel Legends of the year without a doubt. It's a reuse of a sculpt that honestly wasn't that good to begin with, and then what they did was they took it and made it even worse. They put a soft chest piece on it that's gappy in all kinds of places. I know a lot of people have had problems with it tearing. I haven't, but I haven't really fiddled with mine since I bought him because he's not that good of a figure. The paint's not very good. Some head sculpts that were questionable at best, and some useless accessories that we had a hard time getting him to even hold and use. I could go on and on. Oh, and the fact that he was more than $50 friggin'. This figure was just a mega disappointment across the board, and I really hate it because honestly I needed a new a Green Hulk, and I don't get one because I'm not going to keep this guy. If pray for me that I'll be able to to sell it to somebody for something. But anyways, that he is rounding out my my list at number 1. He really is not good. All right, guys, that was my list of the top 5 worst Marvel Legends of 2025. Like I said at the beginning, I could have listed a lot more figures that suck as well, but it would have just been redundancy saying the same thing over and over again because Marvel Legends just, if you've bought them, they just do the same stupid crap with the same figures over and over and over. And so I just thought these 5 were definitely standout worst figures for the year. Anyways, I hope that satisfies you. I hope that list works for you. Tell me down in the comments if you had a different list, if I missed something or left something off, or I put something on here that you think shouldn't have been on the list. Tell me down in the comments. And with all that said, this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.